This Eric Solheim guy, he does a lot of propaganda for China. And anyone who knows him knows that he's just a propagandist. But one thing that's very interesting is that he keeps posting this same propaganda over
Just some green tech thing for Norway, right?
Yeah, but I mean, he whitewashes China's like environmental crimes
on Twitter.
Yeah, and then he like says how bad the rest of the world is and China is great.
Gotcha.
But not just Twitter. I mean, they put him on state media. He's a big propagandist, okay? And he keeps posting this thing which says China looks like this because they spend their money on infrastructure, not on wars. And okay. And then he also and then he's like, the US is reduced military spending. If the US reduced military spending, the nation could build high-quality public transport, better cities, and first-class infrastructure. The problem is, he shows this example of that, whatever it is. It belongs to a private group, and it is not, as he says, public transport, all right? It is like a retail space, and it is office space, and it is residential, and it's owned by a private group. So it's not... it's the wrong message, the example that he shows. But the interesting thing is that he slightly changes the wording. So instead of saying Chinese flag, China, he then goes China, Chinese flag to switch it up. And that was like about 2 or 3 weeks ago. I don't know, but he keeps posting the same thing over and over. So I'm trying to figure out what the point is. Because look, his first tweet got 2 million engagements, 2 million views. So it got a lot of views. So then he posts the same one again. I wonder how many times he's actually posted this. And I wonder how many more times he will post this. And I want to know what the deal is with this specific propaganda. Why is it being recycled so much?
Well, this is also completely disingenuous. I would like to read you this.
Yeah.
In 2022, China's defense budget, so their military budget,
yes,
was $230 billion, right?
Mm-hmm.
In 2024, the projected military budget is $471 billion, double, right? So they've doubled their military budget. So what are you actually talking about?
Again, this is just that misdirection, propaganda nonsense.
Right. So what you can read is when you read this, you can say, oh, China must be really amping up their military budget. That's when I read this is what my brain, because I consume, I guzzle down Chinese propaganda like just from the gods.
Exactly, yeah.
And so when I read this, I know what this purpose is. Yeah. The purpose is to tell you China's military budget is out of control.
Yeah, exactly.
And they're really beefing up and trying to become a military power.
They are, and they keep spending more on the army infrastructure and weapons and stuff. Here's the thing, though. It's not a repost, guys. He's not taking his old... Because some people do that. If they've got a post that was successful, they repost it to get it back into the zeitgeist.
It's a psyop.
This is not a repost. This is creating a clone, like an almost exact same copy of a post that was successful and posting it again. And posting it again.
You are reading from this guy a psychological operation from the Chinese government.
Not only does he post this exact thing, but you can find other Chinese propagandists and branches of the Chinese government posting the same wording, same picture, or the same little video.
Because... And this is easy, right?
Yeah.
If you're a sleuth at all.
Yeah.
This comes from China for Tech. If you and I don't even know what that is. I didn't even look it up yet.
Sure.
But I would bet, in my opinion, that is some sort of Chinese government affiliated thing.
Yeah.
I would just guess that.
I've seen the same post from other propagandists. It's kind of a copy paste, and I guess they get a directive and they're all told, hey, post this. Hey, it's that time of the month. Post this again.
Right.
And he forgot that he already posted it, maybe? And he
I
just
don't
posted
think
it?
so. I think there's someone managing an account.
Maybe.
Genuinely.
Maybe.
I see a lot of people that do Chinese propaganda, they're posting so often it's not humanly possible, so I don't know.
Yeah, that's entirely possible. Anyway, I just wanted to point it out because it's annoying to see the same propaganda over and over and over again.
It is annoying.
It's like, dudes, come on. We have the Bluetooth countdown.
Yeah, so if you guys ever bought anything Bluetooth from a Chinese website or bought a Chinese device that has Bluetooth,
it's got to be from a certain period, obviously.
Yes.
So it's, something...
No, they're still there.
They're still
out.
there?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes, it's
anyway.
still a thing.
So if you buy a cheap Chinese Bluetooth device, you should say.
There is a specific woman's voice that narrates everything when you connect to a device. And finally, I found a video that compiles all of the phrases that she says and then ranks them.
Yeah, let's see what it's ranked at. Let's get to it.
So Taiwan isn't a part of China?
Power off. Line in. You have a car. 07. The radio model. Music play model. Aux input model. The Bluetooth device is connected successfully. Music. Battery is low. Please recharge in time. The Bluetooth device is ready to pair.
What's your favorite?
absolutely is ready to pair.
Yeah.
Dude,
I
and
like
the second one is
the motor.
Yeah, motor is pretty good.
And you have a car.
Yes,
You have a car is pretty good.
Well,
to know.
think about it. If you've got it like a Bluetooth device in your car,
Yes.
it's like, thank you for the confirmation. You have a car.
I see.
You know, this is particularly funny to me because when I had my Chinese car, it didn't have Bluetooth for the radio. It had like, you could plug a USB stick in the glove box for MP3s, but I guess it was just, they didn't have that technology yet in the cheap Chinese cars.
Sure.
So I had this Bluetooth speaker, which a friend of mine gave to me for Christmas, but it was one of those things that you get as a stocking stuffer. It was really cheap. It probably cost like 20
Like
RMB.
a Secret Santa gift.
Yeah, it's something like that. There's this little blue one. This blue little round. Remember that thing?
I remember that thing.
And it had this voice.
That was the first time I heard it. You brought it and you're like, Simoke, you gotta hear this.
Exactly.
It's like, ready to pia.
Yeah, and I'm like, what?
Whoa, this is sick.
Yeah, please recharge in time.
Yeah.
And that kind of thing. And I used to listen to podcasts on my way up to the shop.
Yes.
And I'd take that little Bluetooth speaker and stick it above the sun visor.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't quite loud enough, but if it
Yeah.
was just there, I could kind of hear it. And then
Yeah.
I'd listen to like a podcast on the way up.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Stuff you should know, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So it was just, this brings back a lot of memories for me.
I agree. I actually think...
Which is your favorite?
I think Connected Successfully is my favorite.
Yeah.
Which is ranked 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, the AUX. I like the motor. I didn't know the motor ones.
Yeah.
Because I hadn't heard those.
Yeah, because you could choose modes.
Oh, okay. It's motor.
Yeah, exactly. What's going on here? There's a lot of stuff in that bag. Turd bag. Why is she literally sitting there taking a turd in a bag? There's a toilet right there.
Right.
And she's like, well, I didn't know it was going to take a turd. I'm like, what's this?
If you want to claim this, China, looking at this map, I just want you to know that means you invaded the entire world.
Look at this guy's shooting. Isn't that just the best way you've ever seen someone shoot a rifle?
They took some... yeah.
I mean, it's the dumbest. Look at that. That is like... Pew pew, I've never used a gun in my life. I mean, and that's got a smell, man.
Oh, yeah, it's poop, right?
It's absolutely awful. I mean, it's just so gross.
When I close my eyes, I can almost see it. When I take a breath, you fill up my lungs. And if my mind worked backwards,